Howdy folks, Keywii here, and welcome back to Steins Gate, a safe space in which we are somewhere, hang on, do you hear that in the background? Well, I don't know, if you can hear it, but there's a thunderstorm going on right now. I got my window open because not a lot of rain gets through, but the nice breeze does, so I'm enjoying that. Now, how American of her. Sorry. She's right, getting emotional won't solve anything. I need to calm down. Calm down. What I don't understand is how the cause can change, but the effect can stay the same. It's like causality itself is broken. Maybe Kiryu Miyoka's shooting isn't the real cause of her death. Maybe it's something larger and less obvious. For example, maybe she dies because we invented a time machine, or because CERN discovered our hacking. If that's the cause, then it doesn't really matter how she dies. Causality remains intact. Can that theory explain why Nay pushed her in front of a train? Oh, right. Anyway, the principle of causality is absolute. Deny that, and you deny all of physics. There must be a distinct cause for Mayuri's death. So we figure out what it is, then maybe we can save her. Not necessarily. What do you mean? The problem is when the casual event occurred. If it happened too far in the past, then there's nothing we can do. But I can travel anytime I had a cell phone, can't I? No, it's still theoretical, but I believe that one leap with our machine has a maximum range of 58 hours. 48 hours? I don't know where that 5 came from. 48 hours. I can only go back 2 days? Why didn't you tell me that before? Before what? I just finished the time leap machine, remember? Yeah, that's true. Future you didn't say anything about it either. Oh, so that's what you mean. Maybe she just didn't have the chance. So how come I can only leave 48 hours? I don't know. Even I don't understand everything that's going on inside that thing. I only made the thing. I don't understand how it works. But you can do consecutive leaps, that is, as long as the time leap machine exists. For example, if the time leap machine remains functional for 10 straight hours, 10 straight years, you can leap back to this moment 10 years from now. Of course, it would take a total of 1,825 leaps, so I don't recommend it. Still, it's theoretically possible. What's the problem? Weren't you listening? I said as long as the time leap machine exists. When was the machine completed? Exactly. An hour ago, August 13th, 2010, 2 p.m. Or thereabouts. The fact that you go earlier than that is something we're ignoring. It didn't exist before that. It's impossible to use a machine before 2 p.m. today. So what you're saying is... Oh wait, no. What she's saying is that you can't go back further than that because the machine didn't exist for you to use, not for you to come back to. Oh, whoops. Count 48 hours back. I can't go back further than 2 p.m. on the 11th? Fiercely nods, her expression grave. Most likely. Can't you prove it? Eventually, maybe, but certainly not now. I need a real laboratory with real equipment. It would be expensive, which means we'd need sponsors. And if we go looking, I'm pretty sure CERN would crash us. I'd say that's proven by the fact that neither you nor I have leapt from here from the far future yet. Well, it could be a case that the future yous are just watching this event, and they know that if they screw with it, then they screw with how they got to where they are, meaning they can't actually save you. So basically, we can't do anything? You with the time leap machine, we can't stop CERN from killing Mayuri 5 hours from now? At that moment, I hear a sound from outside the window. What? Is it Moeka? Did she overhear us? I dashed to the window and looked down at the street. Ah, it's Azuya. Her bicycle's fallen over and she's scurrying to pick it up. Our eyes meet. Why does she look so pale? Her lips move slightly. It looks like she's whispering something, but I can't make it out from here. What? Hey! I call it to Suzuya, but she runs at top speed. She's acting strange. I smell a conspiracy. I smell a little bit of dead skunk, personally. I mean, that could just be weed, but there's a slight difference to those smells. Mako was a spy. Could Suzuya be the same? It's too dangerous to trust anyone. Suzuya has exhibited suspicious behavior, though not as much as Moeka has. She's openly hostile towards Karasu, and she was able to take down CERN's hit squad single-handedly. I wonder if this missing father of hers really exists. Could he be the John Titer who's been posting on the internet? What is the meaning of the name Barrel Titer? Instinct tells me that she knows something. I dash out of the lab. Hey, where are you going? I know I don't have much of a chance of catching her afoot, but I have to try. There's something going on here. This is a completely new sequence of events. According to my memories of the future, Suzuya is supposed to remain at the Brawn Tube workshop until 6:30 this evening. When she overheard me talking to Karasu, she suddenly took off like a bat out of hell. This has to mean something. Suzuya was already out of sight, but when she left, she was headed for Chodori. I wonder if her phone's on. Maybe I should just try calling her. Come to think of it, this reminds me of something. On the day she failed to meet her father, she disappeared without a word. Just an email saying bye. I searched the town, but I couldn't find her, so I sent an email that changed the past in order to make her stay. I'm pretty sure I lost her near the station back then. What happened on that timeline? Where did Suzuya go after failing to find her father? I search up and down Chiodori, but find no trace of Suzuya or her bicycle. I have to be careful. There could be rounders over here in Okabe. I combed the area around the station's main exit, but there's no sign of her anywhere. I lost sight of her here before, so I thought she might be close by. Maybe I should corner her on my next time leap. Press her for answers before she can escape. I better get back to the lab. I start walking away from the station, but just then, people around me gasp and point. Everyone's looking up at the sky. No, not the sky. A satellite embedded in the roof of Radican. Why now? It's been there for 2 weeks. It's practically a landmark now. But everyone looks like they're seeing it for the first time. So I turn and look up too. Oh, it's activating. The lights on the satellite are blinking. Someone inside? Who? Suzuya? Or could it be Moeka? The satellite has remained silent through all of my previous time leaps. What has changed? Obviously the fact that Suzuya overheard my conversation with Karasu. Previously I lost sight of her at the station. In other words, right next to Radican. Suzuya must be up there. Everyone's staring at the satellite. This is my chance to sneak in without being noticed. The shutters are half open, just as they were when I confronted Moeka. I summon my courage and crawl through the crack. When I get inside, the first thing I see is Suzuya's bike lying on the floor. So it is her. What is she trying to do? What is that satellite? How is it related to John Titer? Is it even a satellite? Nobody knows for sure. I checked online. No satellites fell out of the orbit that day. When they do, whether by accident or design, they usually burn up in the atmosphere. It's impossible for one to land in such perfect condition. So what is it then? A jolt suddenly runs through my body. Could it be a time machine? There's only one way to know for sure. I need to get there before Suzuya does something. The elevator and escalator aren't operating, so I bound up the stairs 2 at a time. My lungs gasp and my legs burn, but I force my body to carry me to the top. There's the satellite lodged in Radicam's roof. I noticed wires holding it in place. The police must have done that so it wouldn't fall. There's a hatch open on the side of the machine. I see someone moving inside. Suzuha! Suzuha! The person freezes when I shout. I run to the satellite. Okabe Rintaro. Suzuha turns to me with a sad expression. Behind her, I can see the interior of the satellite. It's surprisingly simple without the switches and buttons you'd expect. Instead, there's a black box the size of a desktop PC. There are numbers on the screen, 2010 08 13, and below that, 1975 08 13. Suzuha reaches out to press a button. Ow! Ow! Sparks burst from the panel. She jerks back, her fingertips burned. What are you doing? It's not working. You know how to use that thing? She doesn't reply. I see her shoulders sag. It's not working. Those sparks had to be from an electrical short. My eyes are burning from the smoke. Answer me, Amane Suzuha. I swallow hard, then ask the question. This is a time machine, isn't it? Are you a time traveler? With her head hung low, Suzuha nods. Yay! We've confirmed it, though it was fairly obvious as time went on. I'm... Oh, shit! Okay. You know, no, you know... Let me think about that one first. Alright, so... Okay. Alright, so... John Titor showed up in the original timeline in 2000. Presumably, that was her, now. Or we're about to find out nothing. I don't know. It's really interesting. I probably sound like I already know. I'd forgotten this, to be perfectly fair. So technically I knew, but I just forgot. There's still a big crowd outside, so we exit the building on the side facing away from the station. Suzuha has climbed down a bit, so I start pressing her for answers. What do you mean you're John Titor? Yeah, let's find out together. Exactly what it sounds like. I'm the John Titor who's been posting on that channel. I thought he was a guy. Suzuha smiles humorously. I fooled you. Guess my camouflage worked then. What camouflage? Having a male name on the internet? Who are you hiding from? Sane. Those stories you posted, were they true? Yeah, mostly. A few exceptions. It's those exceptions that bother me. So you came from 2036 in that satellite. That's your time machine. I was hoping you wouldn't find out, but my time machine went and broke on me. I really screwed up, huh? I thought Titor's time machine was loaded on a Chevy? Oh. Chevy? That's a car, right? Where'd you hear that? The Titor in 2000 said so. 2000? That might be me on a different world line. At least I haven't been to 2000. It came straight here from 2036. So it was someone else? It's true that Titor never posted in 2000, not on the current world line. Doesn't matter. I can worry about that later. What do you know? I press Suzuha for answers, trapping her between me and the wall, so she can't escape. I do that really questionable, like, problematic behavior of grabbing her wrists and, like, slamming her against the wall so I have the control of the situation. You overheard my conversation with Kirisu, right? Why did you run to the time machine? What were you trying to do? I thought it was my fault. What? Because I neglected my mission, Stein was able to put their plan in motion. Is it true? So he suddenly grabs my shoulders. Is it true that Sun kills Sheena and Mayuri? It's true. A time leap from 5 hours in the future. Time leap. So you guys completed a time machine. I need answers. What do you mean it's your fault? Suzuha bites her lips and looks away. I'll tell you everything. I think you need to know, you and Maki's Karasu. Karasu? Why Karasu? I guess I'll find out if I let Suzuha talk. We should head back to the lab. But first, I offer Suzuha my handkerchief. She looks at me for a second, then takes it and ties it around her burned hand. Alright.
Thank you.
Thanks. She should probably see a doctor about her hand, but there's no time for that. Mayuri's death is approaching. I just hope she's not in too much pain. I wrap a towel around her hand to keep people from staring around us from They stare at a fucking towel on her hand. That's a weird thing to do. Welcome back, Okarin. Oh, Suzu-san's with you too. When we get back to the lab, Mary and Dara are there for some reason. I thought I sent them home. Mary gives me a ditzy answer when I ask them. I really thought we should celebrate the birth of Super Phone Wave-chan. So Derek-can and I went shopping. Should have known she wouldn't stay away. Seriously looks as worried as I am. She leans close and whispers into my ear. What do we do? Make absolutely sure Mayuri doesn't find out. Karasu nods slightly. What are you guys whispering about? How many times do I have to say it? No party. Oh, come on, Okarin. That's no fun. It's not about fun. I glance at Suzuha. She still looks depressed. Suzu-san, are you feeling okay? Suzuha, Christina, and I have important matters to discuss. That's why I asked you to leave for the day. Mayushi wants to hear too. I think he's serious. But Suzu-san looks sad. Mayushi's worried. Sorry. Suzuha hangs her head and bites her lip. I know she feels responsible for Mayuri's death. But how is she related? That's what I'm here to find out. I want Sheena, Mayuri, and Ishida Taru to stay. This concerns them too. If Suzuha says so, then I have no objections. But I quietly pull her aside and remind her not to tell them about Mayuri's impending death. Then I quickly explain Suzuha's true identity, that she posted on that channel as John Titor, that the satellite is really a time machine, that she came from the year 2036. Girl from the future, that's awesome! Can I shake your hand? We're not playing around here, Dara. What year were you born? Yeah, 2017. You know, the things I hear pretty good in that year. They weren't the worst. They kind of suck. But you know what? As far as the future's concerned, 2017 was alright. It was alright. That's in 7 years. You haven't been born yet, but you're here. Uh-huh. There's no time to deal with Mayuri's confusion. I love the sounds that she made while I was doing that. Alright, Suzuha, let's hear it. Well, the gist of what I posted on that channel. Came from the future. I came from future, the year 2036. In my time, the world is a dystopia ruled by sin. There's no war, no conflict, but no freedom either. Dystopia? A society where every activity is controlled by the government. In a dystopia, you're not allowed to eat bananas unless today is banana eating day. If you break that rule, they throw you in jail without a trial. I mean, that's That's one version of a dystopia. A dystopia is just any world that's absolute horseshit bad. Fucking garbage world. Some people think that the way you live in some places in the real world are kind of dystopian. That's terrible. Miyuchi loves bananas. Forget about the bananas. I'm part of the resistance fighting to free humanity from Steins' control. I came to the past to change my present. From your point of view, I guess I should say the future, to change the future. Change the future. She doesn't sound like she's joking. What about finding your father? Was that a lie? I just realized we're over time, so thank you guys so much for watching. I, of course, am Keywii. You've been great to you and yourself a delightful day. Goodbye!